Hello everybody, Professor Scott here. I created this little video tutorial to help you get started with Weebly. But please understand, a quick YouTube search will provide lots of tutorials and it'll go over lots of the advanced features that are just great to know. So the first thing that you'll need to do is go to Weebly.com and log in. Now, if you don't want to log in with your Google or Facebook account, I totally understand. You can just use your CWI email. Totally fine with me. In fact, that's what I do for a lot of my things. The second thing that I'd like to point out here is that the look and feel of Weebly changes every several months. So if it looks a little bit different than this, that's okay. I guarantee the features will be there. They might just put it in a slightly different position. Well, one of the first things that you'll need to do is create a new site. And before we do that, let me show you what you're shooting for. Let me give you a quick overview of what your Weebly website portfolio looks like. Now, please keep in mind, depending on the semester, the requirements may change a little bit. So you'll want to see Blackboard for exactly what I'm looking for. But usually I am asking for evidence. I'm asking you to create a Weebly website and then put evidence, put your assignments that you created in this course onto the website portfolio. So in this particular semester, I'm asking my students to create a home page. This is where you're just going to put a little information about yourself, and then I usually I put some information here. I'll provide this in Blackboard, but I put some information for you, the website creator, what to do. But put a little information, and then put an image of yourself. Oh, if you don't want to put an image of yourself, it's okay to put in an avatar or something if privacy is a concern for you. And you may also feel free not to put your last name. Totally fine with me. I understand privacy concerns. The other thing that you're going to have to do is create a little biography page. And on this biography, just put a little information about yourself. You can be a little bit vague. You don't have to put anything too crazy personal. I understand privacy, not a problem. But add a paragraph or two about what you're doing at CWI, what you plan to teach, how things are going, just a little bit about you. The next few pages have you on one page. I'm going to ask you to create a Word page. We did a few assignments in Microsoft Word this semester, 2 or 3, I forget the exact number, it changes, but I'm going to ask you to put that onto a page. And this is really important. I'm going to ask you to embed those documents into your Weebly site itself. We'll talk about more about that in a moment. The same thing with Excel. We had an Excel assignment, put it in here and embed it here. We had a PowerPoint assignment, so embed that here. I also asked you to create a web quest, and I'm asking you to create a web quest page and put that website, that WebQuest URL, it's a Zoonal URL right here, and make it clickable, make it a hyperlink. What does that mean? When you hover over it and you hit it, it'll actually take you to another site. I'll talk about more about how to do that in a moment. I'm going to ask you to create an other page. And I know this particular semester you did an assignment on classroom technologies. In the future, I may actually change that up a little bit, but do a little write-up about classroom technologies, whatever that classroom technology assignment was, whatever you did. More information is on Blackboard. And then the very last thing, I wouldn't say it's the most important, but it's pretty darn important, is I am going to ask you for this entire module to create a screen video. Screen video is exactly what you're seeing right here. I'm creating this screen video of a Weebly tutorial. You're going to create a Weebly of your portfolio, and we'll talk about that on Blackboard, but just know what you're going to do is you're going to put that video that you create, you're going to embed it right here. You can embed YouTube videos directly into Weebly. So let's go over and show you how to quickly build a Weebly site. Now, I'm not going to give everything here, but I'm going to give you some highlights. First thing that you're going to need to do is create a new page. So you should see a link over here, a little down link, and if you don't have anything there, it may just say add site. But if you have I have a few different sites that I've built, so I have to click into it and I click add site. Next, it asks you to choose a theme. This is where you probably want to create a few different websites. They're free, and just mess around with the different themes. But they do have a portfolio and a personal one, which may actually work pretty good for you. One of the things with this assignment is I'm going to ask you to make it look nice. So they have themes in here. Use them. Let's see. I'm just going to pick one here. Wait for this to come up. Still waiting. And if this looks like a theme that you want, this theme has 4 different pages already created. That's fine. I'll show you how to actually get rid of the pages too. But if this looks good to you, yeah, you may have to go in and do some editing in here. That's fine. Click Start Editing if this is the theme that you like. And you have to wait a second here. A couple quick notes as this is coming up. Please do not pay for anything in Weebly unless you choose to. They design it so they really want you to take out your credit card. You do not have to do so. You can use the free version of Weebly. This is one place they're going to try to get your money, and then when you publish it, that's another place. No need to do that. The first option is use the subdomain of Weebly. Simply give it a name. Whatever it is. Doesn't matter what the name is. I don't care. Make sure that it's available. Press continue. And now you should be ready to go. One last note before I talk about some of the nuances here of how to actually embed things and create text is when you're ready to publish it, meaning make it online, click the publish button. If you click upgrade, it's going to try to upsell you on some services. Don't do that. Let's quickly publish it to show you what happens. This is another place you're going to try to get your money. Hey, if you want to register for a new domain, by the way, if you have a business or something and you actually want to use this, you can do that. You can pay for a new domain right here, or if you already have your own, you can import it in, but don't worry about that unless you want to do that for something else. Click publish. And this URL, this is the URL that you're going to give me. You're going to submit this in the Blackboard. This is how I'm going to know what your site looks like because I'm actually going to go to this site. I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to cut it real quick. Copy it. But if you click on this, it'll open up a new tab. And this is your actual site live. Now you're going to have to go in and modify and take away a lot of the information that you don't like. But this is your actual site live. Pretty neat. Like you've already created a website. So one of the first things that I'm going to ask you to do is to create about 6 or 7 different pages, maybe 8 different pages. You have to look at Blackboard. And there's a couple different ways to do that. One way that I like to do it is take one page, make it the way I kind of like it, and then modify the rest. You don't have to do it that way, but I like to do it that way. Let's talk about the page. What they have, they have different elements in Weebly. And I don't know if you can see it, but every time I hover over something, it opens up a little box. And if you want to get rid of an element, if you hover over a box in the upper right of any element, you can click delete and just delete it out of there. A lot of times when I'm creating a Weebly, I'll take a theme and then go ahead and take a page and just start deleting out the things that I don't like. If you like something, you can certainly leave it. Oh, by the way, if you see something in here and you want to edit it, just click inside. You should see this toolbar. And by the way, this was the problem I was having. I couldn't see this toolbar when I was working in Chrome, so I switched over to Firefox with no problem. It's never happened before. It's very odd. You can highlight text and bold it and make it bigger and smaller, and you can change colors and things like that. You could also get rid of this stuff. So what I would probably do is I would probably go ahead and modify a page that you like. Take out the elements that you don't want. They put a whole bunch of stuff in here for you to use or not use, but anything you don't like, just get rid of. So you can say, if this is your portfolio and you like this theme, hello everyone, welcome to my portfolio or Weebly and just welcome everyone to your website. If you want to modify anything, like here's a name up here, right? You can just turn that off, or sometimes you turn things off, other times you can delete them depending on what it is. So that's how it works. Um, a quick overview. I'm not going to delete everything that's down here. I guess I could, but whenever you want to add something, let's say you want to add an image. This is basically a drop and drag type of site. I'll give you an example. If you want to add your image or an image that you have on your computer, drop it to where you want. You'll see a little blue bar, and that means it's approximately where it is. And then once it's ready to go, it might be a little bit hard to see on your screen. If you click in the middle of it for an image, it'll say upload a photo from your computer. Let's just pick any banner. It doesn't matter. But if you want an image of yourself or an avatar, if you want your privacy protected, that's fine. Put on your homepage, put your image, and then welcome us to your portfolio. The next thing that you're going to want to do is create a biography page. Now, a couple different ways you can do this. I'm going to head over to this tab up here that says Pages, and you should see all the pages on the left. Now, a lot of times what I do is I clean up the pages that are already there. I'll actually delete them. You don't have to do this. You can actually modify the different pages. Click back on Pages here. I click that page, and then one of the options says copy if I want to make a copy of a page. The next option says delete. I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to delete, you know what, just show you how to do this. I'm going to delete the 3 extra pages that are here. You could simply, like I said, work with them and modify them. That's fine, but you don't have to. You can just create your own. So now all I have is this main page. And a lot of times what I do on Weebly is I'll just make a copy of that page. You can add a new page up here, or you can make a copy of a page. Let's say you have it formatted nice with a nice, title up here that you want on every page. You can simply say copy. It'll create a new page. If you click on that, then you can change the name of it. And you click anywhere and it's saved. And you can see it up here. Change in a second. I now have a home page and a biography. If I get back out to the pages thing, I could also create a brand new page. That's fine too. Let's see, the next page is called Word. If I click anywhere, kind of lock that into place. If you click create a new page the way I just did it, it creates a nice clean page. So a couple different ways to create pages. I want to show you a few more items that you're going to need in this particular assignment. I'm going to click back over to Build. Build is where you see all the options over here. Pages, it's where you create pages and all that. I want you to play around. Theme, you can actually change themes if you want to change it a little bit. The store in the app, there's some things that they try to upsell you on. You can look in there, but there's really nothing to do for this assignment. Settings, probably nothing. You can get some help. Another cool thing is if you want to see how your final product is going to look on a desktop, it defaults to desktop. That's what you see here. But if you want to see what it looks like on a mobile device, kind of cool. I'm going to switch it back to desktop. And if you really want to see how it looks, click Publish again. And here's that site. I'm just going to refresh it. Let's see if it updated all the changes. It did. So this is what it looks like live. So when I'm building a Weebly, I usually have I have the website builder open, the Weebly builder, and then the actual website, which you have to refresh it each time to see what's going on. A couple points to note. This is important. If you want to add text, we'll use this clean page here. Let's say this is your Word page. Simply slide this text box over wherever you want it. Click inside. Say and then click out of it and it'll lock it in. If you want to modify it, make it smaller, whatever, click into it, highlight whatever you need, and you can change anything. If you want to embed a document, this is where it gets just 1% squirrely. Scroll down over here. I'm on the Build tab. If you want to embed a Word document, for example, right? That's something you might want to do. Click on Document. Put it where you want. And this is where Weebly acts a little bit funny sometimes. It says this is a blank document. To upload a new document like a Word, PowerPoint, Excel. Click anywhere in here and it'll say Upload File. Let's see if I can find a quick. That doesn't matter. Click any Word document. Find your Word assignments that you did this semester. Now, I will tell you, for whatever reason, it seems to do this forever. And I found that it'll work, but I'll give it a few seconds. And then if I click anywhere else on today, it's going really slow. Sometimes it automatically puts it in there. Other times I literally have to click onto a different page. I don't know why this is now. I'm going to click onto the biography page here. This is just a copy of the home page. Click back into Word and watch what happens. Give it a few seconds, and then here's that Word document. Don't know why that does that, but it does that. So if you need to embed a document, that is the way to do it. And if you want to embed another one, just put it below it. And then repeat the following steps. So do that for your assignments. One of the last things, let me go to any page here. You're going to have to create a Zoonal, a web quest. This is task 2. You don't have to know about it right this second, but this is task 2. You're going to create an online web quest. And what's going to happen is your final product is going to be your very own, basically another website on Zoonal. And I'm going to ask you to place this on your Weebly. So you'll simply highlight the URL. I'm going to press Control and C, copy it. And if I wanted to paste that, let's see, down here, a couple different ways to do it. Let me put this right here. In fact, even better. You're going to create a web quest page. Let's just do it. Then click anywhere. This is going to be your web quest page. And I'm simply going to ask you to paste that URL. Then I'm also going to ask you to make it a hyperlink. How do you do that? Meaning it's clickable in an actual website. So if you highlight it and then click this little link button, you click on it. It says create website URL. You need to paste that URL in there, and it's automatically done now. You click anywhere outside and it works. Let me show you what that looks like. And click publish again. Head back over here. And it doesn't look like it's clickable, but when you hover over it, it'll actually open up in a new link. One of the last things is how to embed a YouTube video. So the last page that I'm going to ask you to create, there's, like I said, it's going to be home biography and then about 4 or 5 others, but the very last one is going to be called, what am I going to call it? Screencast-O-Matic. So I'm going to click the plus button for page, standard page. If I click anywhere else inside there, by the way, as I'm doing this, there's a little button that says done. If you click done, it'll take you back out to the pages area. Then if I click build, I can put in items, or I can go back to pages. So I'm going to go to build, and you can certainly put text in here. You could drag over text box, put more text. You can do a lot of stuff. In fact, play around with this. But one of the things that's pretty cool is they build in a YouTube video plug and play area. And It looks like this is, you're going to play the video, but if you click anywhere in here, it will say add your YouTube video. So what you do is any YouTube video that you like, let's just grab one. What you're going to put on here is the screen video that you're going to create. But I'm just going to create any video here. I'm going to grab any video. The way you do that is underneath any YouTube video, there's a button called share. I'm going to copy that. I love the West Wing. And then you're going to paste that in here. Click outside and magically look what happens. Give it 5 or 10 seconds. And when you publish it, it'll actually show up. So if I ask you to embed a document, that you use the document button to embed it. If I ask you to embed a YouTube video, use the YouTube button to embed it. So there are more tutorials on YouTube. Please seek them out. This is just a quick overview, but I wanted to show you how Weebly works. I don't want you to pay for anything. And please play around with this. This is a really great thing to know how to do, is how to build websites. It'll be invaluable in your future if you don't know how to do it already. Anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any problems.